And I'm just going to shift, and we'll see what happens. I'm just going to shift the vanishing point. So this vanishing point, rather than put it in the center of my page, I'm just going to move it over to the side. And we're basically going to even simplify this more. I'm not going to draw in doors or anything. I just want you to look at, I'm going to start over on this side with maybe the bottom of a building. And then go over to this side for the top of the buildings. And the main thing that I want to take into consideration here is that since my vantage point is skewed, it's going to change the way that this looks. So over here, as I'm closer to these buildings, they will vanish quicker. The vanishing point is to the right side. The horizon line, it's just slightly above center. It's fine if it's right in the center. Yes.
Which page was that you put to?
I was here, so that was 8.
Yeah.
Just the next page, and then rotated. In fact, I can kind of see. I drew right on top. I can see through my page. My vanishing point is my horizon line is in the same spot. But what I want you to do now with these couple of buildings, just draw in a couple. The proportion isn't necessarily overly important. Let's at least get 3 in over here. These aren't going to be identical. You can kind of see what I'm blocking in. Let's lightly hatch the surfaces that face us. One thing that the hatching does is it, just like what we learned in studio with like that figure ground, is it can really help define the form. You know, it's not that challenging to put the hatching in. It's also a good practice, but it just really helps the form pop out. Now I'm just darkening in these lines. This will be a much quicker sketch. So I've got the left side drawn in, but this is really just all about setting up your perspective and understanding, you know, kind of what happens. We're going to draw these same buildings. They will be mirrored. However, because my vanishing point is offset, I'm going to pull these points over to the other. So what I did, just to let you know, the points where it intersected the side of my page, I kind of used that as the point where these to drive this angle. So this should be a more spread out angle over on the right side. And what will happen is you'll see just how much more of the facade of the building we would see. So I'm just carrying those points straight over. We will do one exercise later in the semester where I'll encourage you to use one-point perspective. But I've just carried those points over. I'm just finding those intersections. Whoops. That's that. This line is wrong. Is that thunder? Or is that somebody rolling stuff? So one thing I want you to notice, and again, this is where hatching can help you fix a sketch. I actually drew in an extra line that I didn't need right there, and it's a little bit darker than what I typically like my construction lines to be. But if I just finish the sketch and I hatch the surfaces facing me over here, it's not that this line will just disappear, but it won't screw up my drawing. Let's put another casual observer. Just lightly ghosted in the front.
Yeah, Jared, you just came up with a good band name. Casual Observer.
I still like Path of Totality.
Yeah. Leave it. Yeah. It's like 10 bags.